result of that job, he had to go into any area of Las Vegas there, day or night, sometimes some rough areas, to service pacemakers for certain, for any of these patients. So he carried a concealed weapon, and he and his girlfriend on a Saturday afternoon in July 2010 were shopping in Costco in Summerlin there in Las Vegas. He squatted on the floor to see if some metal water bottles would fit into a soft-sided zip-up cooler, and a Costco employee saw Eric's .45 caliber semi-automatic inside the waistband holster when Eric's t-shirt rode up. So there was a civil interchange with the Costco manager, and Eric was told that Costco had a policy banning guns inside the company store, even though there's no signs outside, and there's nothing on the application form that Eric had just filled out. Anyway, nobody ever asked Eric to leave, and Eric said he'd be out of there fairly soon. So the manager and Eric parted amicably. However, Shay Lyerly was a little undercover security guy, and I think that he looked at Eric, lived in the gym, had a beautiful model-looking tall girlfriend, and little Lyerly said, "I will never be that guy, but I have a little power." So he called the cops, and he lied. He said that there was a guy in the store with a gun, and he was acting, quote, erratic, as if he might be on something. Well, how did, what's he doing? They were asked. The dispatcher asked. He said, well, he's acting kind of dodgety, whatever that means. Anyway, back and forth between the dispatcher and Lyerly, they continued to escalate the situation. And that was relayed to cops who were inbound, but before the cops got there, they thought they had a barricaded, crazy guy with a gun inside the store, just because of the escalation. An inbound female Las Vegas Metro PD lieutenant suggested that they quietly start evacuating the store. So they did. Well, Eric and his girlfriend walked out with the crowd calmly, and they passed 3 cops waiting at the door, guns drawn, looking inside. Shay Lyerly was right close to Eric and his girlfriend, pointed Eric out to William Mosier, one of the cops who was standing at the door. According to witnesses, Mosier was sweating profusely, shaking like a leaf, and he panicked because Eric had already walked past him. And so Mosier whirled around, started screaming at Eric. Eric had to stop, turn 180 degrees, assess the situation, and see this cop screaming at him, and try to figure out what was going on. Well, Mosier gave Eric 3 conflicting orders and fired within 2 seconds. 2 seconds from the time he first shouted at Eric until he fired. And the first shot hit Eric in the heart, and Eric fell to the ground. The second shot hit him in the leg. And then the other 2 cops at the other door, not having any idea what was going on, opened up, and they put another 5 rounds in Eric's back after he was on the ground. We believe that Mosier fired because Eric had a BlackBerry phone in his hand, and Eric was backlit by reflections in the parking lot. High noon, lots of cars out there. Mosier still had his sunglasses on. He claims he did, but he did, according to witnesses. And he saw something dark in Eric's hand, and he fired and killed my son. I could forgive the terrible mistake that took my son's life, but I could not forgive the intentional cover-up that followed. And that cover-up was so egregious that it defies logic, and it just puts the lie to what you would call due process in the United States of America. Well, let's talk about this. There have been almost 200 shootings by Las Vegas Metro cops, and not a single one of them, those 30-some years, have ever been found at fault. So the standard Metro and District Attorney strategy after a shooting like this is to discredit, obfuscate, besmirch, slander, attack viciously. they have to turn the victim into a degenerate because it leaves the perception out there that this guy was worthless. Aren't you glad we took him off the streets and killed him? It's a psychology that works extremely well, and it tends to absolve the cops before anything else comes out. But here are a few of the facts, George. There were security cameras all around Costco, inside and outside. They all fed two different digital recorders, plain old DVDs or DVRs. However, the crack Las Vegas detectives, when they arrived, they didn't grab that stuff like they normally do if there was a robbery or anything else. For unexplained reasons, they left that DVR data in Costco's hands for 5 days. 5 days. During that time, magically, the data that covered the time Eric was in the store and being shot outside was irrecoverably damaged. So 96% of the data on that DVR was recovered by Secret Service agents later in Los Angeles office. Only 4% was unrecoverable. Why? Because the platters on that DVR had been physically damaged, and it just happened to cover the time that Eric was in the store and outside. So you had conflicting things. They said, well, the DVR wasn't working for a couple of days, and yet they went through these massive exercises to try to recover the data because it was running. We do know for a fact now that we've had actually 4 Las Vegas police officers inadvertently admit, we even have one of them on video now, saying that yes, there was video of the shooting. And so a lot of officers saw it. Very easily covered up because they claimed, nope, no video, all bad, gone away. Another little fact, witnesses confirm that when Eric's body went into the ambulance, that his .45 semi-automatic, still in the holster, was still inside the waistband of his pants. And yet when the detective showed up there to Costco, roughly 40 minutes after Eric was killed, 2 things were laying on the concrete next to the pool of blood where Eric had been laying. A BlackBerry phone and Eric's gun still in the holster, laying on the concrete. Well, how did it get there? Because it was found on the body in the ambulance, and a cop brought it out. They put it on the concrete before the detectives got there. One little problem, though, George. The EMTs in that ambulance, in their report, said that they found a gun and they found an extra magazine. Uh-oh. How can that be?
So you're saying somebody planted a gun there?
No, they had to scramble like crazy. They got a hold of the Deputy Public Administrator, Steve Groden, and Steve called my other son, Kevin. Kevin had been notified of his brother's death just minutes before, and then Groden called him on his cell phone. Kevin was changing planes in Dallas on a business trip, so he's in total shock. And here Groden calls and says, I need your permission to get into your brother's condo, because my job as a public administrator is to secure valuables and weapons after somebody is killed. Kevin said, no. Girlfriend is already living in there. It's already secure. You don't have to get in. Well, didn't matter. Groden called back later, left a message while Kevin was in the air, and said, we don't need your permission. We're going in anyway. So with the Metro cop in hand, Groden got a locksmith. They broke into Eric's condo, and they stole 2 guns for sure, and possibly 2 rifles that have been missing ever since that time. We can't find them. We have empty cases, no rifles. But one of those guns was a small Ruger LCP, a .380 caliber, and it was later produced as proof at the coroner's inquest hearing into Eric's death as a so-called second gun. They claimed they found it on Eric's body, and a spare magazine. So they claimed he was carrying 2 guns, but they screwed up. They claimed that little Ruger was in his right front pocket, but it couldn't be, because Eric's wallet was always carried in that right front pocket. I measured it, 1.75 inches thick, and it was blood on some of the cards that were in that pocket. So we know that it was there because the blood from the wound on Eric's leg stained some of the cards in there. So none of the sloppy cover-up that Metro went through holds up under close investigation and scrutiny, and the truth will come out in a couple of venues that are still to be seen. Yeah, almost 3 weeks before that really started coming out, and that's because you and your colleagues there in Las Vegas, the media, were interviewing me, and you're doing your own due diligence about Eric's background. And what you were telling in your stories was the truth. Eric was a West Point graduate, graduated in the top 25% of his class. He'd been a decorated Army officer, was a tank platoon leader. He had an MBA from Duke University that he had earned while he was working full-time. And he was a very successful businessman, both in commercial real estate there in Las Vegas and as a medical sales rep. So here's a guy that is on the fast track. He's making a lot of money, and he has lived his life according to the West Point code, which is, I will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. And yet here, Metro had to diminish this guy and make him look like a degenerate.
There was a quote from his ex-wife, I think, that said he was violent, he was addicted to painkillers, he did steroids. What's the relationship there where the ex-wife would make those kind of statements?
That was the second ex-wife. Eric didn't get the wife part right. The first wife came to Eric's memorial service, and she denied every bit of that. Okay, Eric was taking pain medication under the direction and care of Dr. Noisky, a pain management specialist there in Las Vegas. Why? Because when Eric jumped out of airplanes 5 times in the Army to get his jump wings, he broke 40% off of the L5 vertebra in his back. He was so strong because he lived in the gym that the muscles held that spine aligned for years. He complained of back pain after that one jump, but shoot, they all have pains, right? And he managed to go for a number of years without a lot of problems. Had a little car accident in 2009, realigned the spine, and he was suffering from excruciating redheads. And Eric was a redhead. They have such a tolerance for pain that painkillers don't have any effect on them until you get up to a high level. But we look back now and say, yes, we saw that when he was 5, 6, 7 years old running around the desert, and he would come in complaining of a headache. We would give him a baby aspirin, child's aspirin, never touch it. So we weren't about to give him more, so we had to go through other measures to try to cool him off, settle him down. In the Army, he had the same thing. He could take a couple of Advil, wouldn't even touch him. So it did take a lot of pain medication to